This week's episode of the Mudshow Dirt Sheet is brought to you by Tony Khan. Just admit it already. Just come out and tell the truth. Dante Martin versus MJF, Tony. Just admit it.
Dude. You listen.
It's fine. We love to have you.
I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
And now I'm happy now, living without you. I've left you all alone.
I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
Hello and welcome to the Mudshow Dirt Sheet, leading you in with a little music to start your day. I am Tim Ross, joined as always by the good guy Ryan Peterson, executive producer, editor, art director Griffin in the booth as well. We're just here. We're just going to jump right in after that musical intro, just talk about AEW Dynamite Winter is coming.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but I love how we're calling the closet the booth for Griffin. This is pretty good. This is a good setup here. Griffin just sitting. Also, whoever built that chair for him in the closet, that was pretty good.
Was it you?
No, it's naturally built into the closet
Just
for
sort
some
of a
reason.
nice,
it's like
natural chair.
Someone had a closet, and they're like, you know what I hate? How the closet goes, there's all that room at the bottom. I'm going to put a shelf in there so you can't put anything, too big or too small in there.
Just in case somebody needs to sit in the closet and, I don't know, record two dudes talking into a microphone about wrestling for 40, 45 minutes.
Exactly. I think for Christmas we should get him a microphone.
That sounds nice. We'll get the podcast a new fucking...
switchy thing.
Yeah, what do they call those?
I liked switchy thing.
I think interface is the
Sure.
word. Griffin is nodding at me. He's not, but it's
Interface?
fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Griffin
absolutely.
knows. Griffin knows.
Absolutely.
Winter is coming. One of the biggest shows of the year. I think this will probably be one of the TNT shows in the future once we switch over to TBS. We saw a title change last year.
Saw debuting Sting last year. It was a big show last year, and I'm expecting some fireworks here as well.
I think we might get some House of Black stuff or something like that. That would be a real treat. Card pretty good. We got Wardlow, Seidel.
Let's slow down because this show isn't about wrestling.
Oh,
really.
True.
True. This show isn't about just our favorite thing. It's actually about numbers and demographics. It's the real point behind wrestling is how many eyes you can get on the product. 20-ish viewers on our product this week. We thank every single one of you.
Up 6. It's the YouTube, I think.
Oh, yeah. Tune in on the Twitter, at Dirt Sheet Pod, first plug of the show. Ryan's going to jump in a little snow this week because your boy finally won one outright. Thank you very much.
I'm going to do a little snow angie and some short shorts and some swimmy trunkies.
Yeah, just waiting on the European cut Speedo to arrive from Amazon Prime, and Ryan's good to go.
Real nice and tight up for the YouTube videos. You guys are getting me pointing to the area where it's going to be nice and tight.
Good to see his
good
gutters.
TV right there. That's right. Call back to one of our first episodes of Cum Gutters Callus.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've got a punishment for this week. I think you'll enjoy it. This week's podcast punishment for the loser of the rating and the demo: eat raw ramen.
How much?
Block.
The whole pack?
As much as you can get through. I had to do McNugget Power Hour.
Could I make it like one of those Oriental salads and crush up on top of it? That'd be fine. I could do that.
Absolutely. You can have anything you want except for hot water.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
Do you know that like people I knew in school used to eat that as like a snack? They'd crush up the ramen, pour the chicken pack over the top of it, and eat it. Bunch of fucking monsters.
I don't think crushed up is fair. I think you got to bite into that block au natural.
You can't bite into a block of ramen. You break your teeth. Like your teeth. I haven't gone to the dentist in years. You think my teeth could handle me biting into a block of ramen?
Probably not, but mine either.
Just come out just shattered like a fucking cartoon.
Oh, that's fun.
For the YouTube viewers, I know what you're asking yourself. Whew, what is that poster right there? And this is a plug for the YouTube Mudshow Dirt Sheet on YouTube. You get to see the beautiful piece of art that I bought from the Anoka Rock and More store. Shout out to them, friends of the show, allowing me to haggle a little bit. But we got this Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth picture up here. Whew.
Ryan came home Saturday afternoon with a 36 by 42 poster in his arms, and he just went, "Tim, don't look.
You can't look at this.
You can't look until it's hung up." I popped for it pretty hard. It's a great poster, and now I am just light gently bouncing off of it in my face. I feel like Macho Man is shining down on me.
I love that his dick's right at your eye level. You look over, there's the dick. I hung it perfectly.
It's like you can't even turn to your right without seeing the macho dick.
And it was.
R.I.P. We miss you, Mach.
It's probably a little bit shriveled and useless towards the end because, that doesn't look all natural muscle to me.
You don't think so? You don't think that's natty right there?
I think Macho Man might have spent some time in the gym. I'm not thinking that he spent that much time in the gym.
You want to know what performance-enhancing drugs the Macho Man used?
Sure.
Cocaine, end of list.
Oh, man. And it was. It was a performance enhancer for him.
And
results may vary like all other things that the Mudshow Dirt Sheet tells you. So, not guaranteed results on the Macho Man and the cocaine.
Yeah,
so,
no promises there.
If we have some listeners who are going to be wrestling training, at least one, maybe not the cocaine.
Yeah, Matt, we can't tell you enough. Maybe not the cocaine. But, we're not your dad either. So.
For sure we're not your dad. And we found out that you're interested in coming up for our anniversary show. We can't wait for that. We'll get that on the books as soon as we can, I guess. Right?
Absolutely. Can't wait for the semi-live anniversary show.
Mm-hmm.
Just jump in.
Jump into the card. Do you want me to tell you the card, or do we just want to?
Absolutely. Run it down. Winter is coming.
Winter's coming. We got Shida and Deeb.
Oh, yeah.
We have Wardlow and Seidel. We have MJF and Dante Martin.
For
Tony.
Tony.
And then we have the World Championship match of Danielson and Hanger.
Oh, yeah. Man, just a great card. And I think you open this show with a little women's wrestling. Let's just jump right into Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb.
Thrice.
Yeah, one of the best women's feuds we've seen on AEW Dynamite this year. And in terms of booking, I would have to say this one is very simple, Tenny.
Pop. Always pop for the Serena Deeb accent.
For some of our listeners who maybe aren't tuning in weekly, Serena Deeb has the strangest accent in all of professional wrestling. And that's not discounting from her as a performer. Great women's wrestler, great wrestler all around, women of 1,000 holds. Does have a very strange accent and says it's very simple, Tanny.
You know what I think would explain the accent a little bit is if Justin Roberts would announce where the fuck she's from, and then maybe I could be like, oh, that makes sense. But I just don't I don't know where I could put that accent in the United States.
I did a little research because I was curious too.
Sure.
She's from Virginia, and that is not how Virginians sound. Unless it's one of those untouched by American culture, like colonial islands that still sound like the 18th century.
Sure.
That's gotta be what it is. If she's just from one of those places where they still talk like it's revolutionary times.
Sure. They're still fighting the Civil War.
Yeah. I mean, like half of that fucking nation to the south of us is, and I'm talking about the Confederacy, because it's a different country than the one we live in up here.
For sure. And also, like, Virginia, it's kind of like that borderline where you're just like, ugh, like sometimes you're good, sometimes you're bad. Well, mostly bad.
But down
it's
there.
very simple, Tony.
It's very simple, Tanny. I think the last time they ran this, Shida won.
Deeb beat the shit out of her afterwards.
Yep, and every time they've run this match, it's been a banger.
Yep.
So totally makes sense to put it here. I'd like to see Shida win some more. I do love Hikaru Shida, and she hasn't been doing a lot, so she can win here, right?
Yeah, I think I think you could actually go either way with it. I think the winner of this match is probably going to be your first TBS champion contender, your challenger. And then the other one might go the opposite way towards the world title, which I think will be Ruby Soho's in no time. But I think these two, every single time that they've put on a match has been incredible. They haven't missed once. And I think part of that, dude, is that you have probably the two best technical wrestlers on the women's roster going at it. And, that's no discredit to Thunder. That's no discredit to Ruby Soho. But these two women right here, if you're looking for a good women's match every single time they've performed, and if you look at their other matches, they individually have been the better performer in every single one of them. So why not on your biggest Dynamite, technically of the year? Why not just put that match on again and just show them what they can do? Yep.
The IWC on the internet has been pretty harsh on Tony Khan vis-a-vis women's wrestling. So, pour this in a decanter and let it breathe for 12, 15 minutes at the front of your show. You don't have that much on the card this week. Just, let her buck for a little while.
What if you did your first women's time limit draw? These two just fight forever. They're Peter Griffin and the chicken.
Sick reference. Absolutely sick reference. Peter Griffin and the chicken. I love that, man. If they've got 30 good minutes in them and you have 2 hours of wrestling to put on 4 matches, why the hell not?
Yeah.
And let that story get pushed down the line a little bit, because AEW isn't doing much in the way of rematches, but when it's this good, run it as many times as you want.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Yep, and I think that it's a good way to make them both look strong. Is that we've watched these two women. I think they're for sure 1-1 in the most recent history. I think Hikaru Shida's up like 2-1 on it or something like that. Might even be 2-2. I'm not. I mean, listen, we're not record keepers here. We've clearly said we don't give a shit about the wins and the losses. So don't fuck with me. But, I think you could go, I think you could go a full 20-minute time limit draw here and have nobody upset. Or even if, you wanted to do, I've seen them do like a special 15-minute sometimes. If you did a 15-minute time limit draw, if you're worried about that extra 5 minute of two people being gassed out or something like that, I think you could do an easy, 15 minutes of these two and just end it in a draw.
Yeah, absolutely. That it hadn't even occurred to me, Ryan, and that's very good fantasy booking. I congratulate you, and I see you're congratulating yourself there.
Griffin, it's been 5 minutes, right?
Just a little self pat on the back there.
First one of the day is always nice.
He feels that.
Look at me not coughing into the microphone. Athlete.
Oh, man.
What an athlete. Oh, look what Grizzy's doing. Not for you, Tim. Double pop.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, I think you could have something great here. I've been saying it for a year now. If you want to do something fun, you have one of these women join a faction tonight or tomorrow night, whatever night you're listening to this. Wednesday night at Winter's Coming, you have one of these two join a faction. Deeb would be fine in the Pinnacle.
I don't think you could have Serena Deeb, who is most famous as being the weird lady in CM Punk's fashion, be the first AEW woman to join a faction. But that's
Maybe.
Just me.
I think less people think of her as that as they do now of just being the woman of 1,000 holds or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true.
But yeah, I mean time limit draw or a Shida victory or a Deeb victory is going to be fine either way for me. It's just one of those matches. It's kind of like the last pay-per-view that we were at where, I said it over and again. I don't really give a shit who wins these matches. I just am excited to see them, and that's kind of the situation I'm in here.
Yeah, absolutely. The card is just full of things where you can go, this way or that way. There's only really one match that I'm pretty certain I know what's going to happen for sure.
And that's the next match we're going to talk about, Wardlow and Seidel.
Holy shit, this guy just picking up the transitions when I'm laying them down. That's impressive podcasting there, Ryan.
Oh, we're really just a well-oiled machine here.
Oh, yeah. Just smooth, efficient passing on the Mudshow dirt sheet today.
That's right. Griffin, are you getting all this Grizzy stuff?
Is that, could that be the Grizzy
stuff.
footage that plays during the intro?
Not for you, Griffin.
Griffin, that's not for you. Don't
Or
look
for
at her.
you, Tim. Stop looking at her.
You're looking at her. You're the one who is.
Stop looking.
You got to stop looking.
Stop looking.
Don't even look.
So, yeah, this ends with Wardlow powerbombing Seidel about 25 times, probably.
Yeah, just too many times. To the point where even people like you, me, and Griffin who love a Wardlow powerbomb are going to go, okay.
Wrap it up, B.
This seems like a lot. And then 2 more after that, and then he wins.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Seidel, we've talked about, it has been good since he, besides missing the first move that he tried to perform in AEW, every single match he puts on has been good, whether it's a tag match, whether it's on Dark, whether it's on Elevation, whether it's on Dynamite. Doesn't matter where you put him in, he's just going to come in and do his job. And his job this time is to make Wardlow look like the big, handsome, beefy boy that he is.
And he is. And he for sure fucking is, And for whatever reason, they have kept Wardlow off TV in terms of wrestling. This despite the fact that every match he's had on TV, pretty fucking good.
That Cody match?
The Cody match, Hangman and Jungle Boy, the world title eliminator last year. And it's just like, you keep trying to, tweak it a little bit. They changed the finisher because what did he call that knee or that kick in the corner? He's not doing that anymore because they changed it to make it a little more safe, and it didn't look as good.
That's because it looked like he was going to kill somebody.
Oh, yeah. But he was doing that F10. Do you remember how high he threw Jungle Boy in the air when he was doing that F10? Now he's doing the power bombs. It's just like, just let this beefy boy be beefy,
Can I tell you what I'd love for his finisher to be is like a regular power bomb, and then another power bomb, and then that Dax off the ropes spinner.
Oh, yeah.
Sit out Liger bomb.
I love that sit out Liger bomb that Dax does.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Wardlow's too, man. We've been saying it for a whole time. He's probably AEW's most protected person in terms of wrestling matches where he is allowed to get his shit in. And that's what you do here. Matt Seidel is one of the best sellers on your roster. His 2.5, 3 minutes of offense is probably going to look good against Wardlow. Yeah. He's used to wrestling bigger opponents. And, then Wardlow powerbombs him upward of 30 times.
I'll tell you the other thing about Wardlow, too. Are you ready for this? If he leaned in to kiss me, I wouldn't lean away. I wouldn't turn away. I'd lean right in,
I like how you're saying that like it's controversial. Like you're not saying it about the handsomest man in the whole world.
I'd get butterflies in my stomach.
I bet you would. I bet you'd get shy.
Yep.
I bet if he asked, you'd be like...
He's one of those people, like, when we saw Ethan Page, where you just look at him and you're like, fuck, he is handsome.
Can you imagine how handsome he is in person?
No.
It's like you just don't see jawlines like that in your day-to-day.
No.
He's smoking some weed. It's fine. Dear listener, he's just smoking a little weed. It's fine. Hey, since Ryan can't talk right now, I would be remiss if I didn't say, did you guys see how right I was about Hook last week? Hook handsome, Hook good wrestler, Hook good character. Did I mention how handsome, with the messy hair, with this going off to one side, and he was chewing the gum? I've just, I've just been right about all these handsomes.
My favorite thing about Hook was the walkout at the same speed, the whole way down the ramp, all the way around the ring, up the stairs, into the corner, and then just chewing the gum so hard.
Just chawing on that puppy.
I've never seen anybody chew gum so hard as him.
Yeah, I was very happy for Hook and about Hook.
Yeah.
And, going forward, would like to see some more Hook. Maybe in a match with our next match participant, Dante Martin, who's got MJF for the Dynamite Diamond Ring this week.
Oh, yeah.
Tony.
Can we talk about how Tony listens to the show? For anybody out there, for the 20 listeners and half listener, half viewer, Tony listens, right? Like, just tweet at us to tell us Tony listens. Like, you don't have to tag Tony in it, but Tony listens. Like,
MJF and Dante Martin.
Dante Martin was the second person left in the Dynamite Ring Battle Royale.
Did anybody have that? Was that on anybody's books
Besides us?
Besides me over here going...
Besides the Mudshow dirt sheet?
Maybe he'll leave Team Taz and then he'll be the other guy for the time. What?
Yeah. He fucking dumps Ricky Starks over the top and says, what?
Tony just fully out here working me for pops.
Oh, yeah. Remember how sad you were that he joined Team Taz? But then you were like, Dante and Hook.
Then I was like Dante and Hook.
And now we might get Dante and Hook. The other Hook take that I was going to have before we get into this match was that maybe he just doesn't wrestle for the same amount of time he hasn't wrestled. And we saw it once, and now we're just begging for it, you know?
I'm fine with that. You said it, and I was like, that's spicy. It is also very good.
Well, yeah. It's like if Tony pissed on you a little bit.
A little.
Just a little bit.
They're his sheets.
That's right. They're his sheets. Put a towel down.
MJF versus Dante Martin for the Dynamite Diamond Ring is spicy, right? Because, they cannot keep this 20-year-old kid off TV, man. Tony, every time he looks at Dante Martin's like, do you have a match on Wednesday? And Dante's like, not yet, sir. And Tony's like, I got you.
I'll get you in here. I'm hoping that we get a callback to one of my favorite first MJF lines, and that's where he runs the ropes, grabs him, and says, I don't need to flip to get over.
Oh, yeah. I remember how hard you popped for that at All In.
Because that is a thing that would work great for this match, because Dante's going to be doing all the flippies, and at some point MJF will get the powerhouse out, and he'll send him outside the ring, and I hope he bounces off the ropes, grabs the top, and says, I don't... And I hope he does it right at the hard cam, and he flicks him off. Oh, man, would that be a real treat for me.
Bet you would pop pretty hard for that. Like you did it All In.
Yeah. Real heel doing real heel shit, except for last week.
The thing about MJF is that he's sneakily one of the most underrated in-ring workers in AEW. And you can also say that about Dante Martin. Dante is just like, footwork-wise, high-flying shit aside, nearly flawless. He's always in the right spot. Yep. This feels like a match that's going to be technically very proficient, very good match. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that you're going to see MJF doing a lot of trying to ground the high flyer, a lot of probably limb work, a lot of, we'll probably see him pull out the figure four. We'll probably see him doing, elbow drops to the knees, all the good, heel shit. And it's going to be, Dante, the only negative about him is sometimes he's just a little quick. And gets to his spot a little early, especially that rope spot. But I think MJF is a little bit better. We saw with the Derby, it'll probably be the best opponent that Dante's faced.
Yeah, for sure. For sure in a singles match. I was just thinking about the FTR tag match he did with Matt Sydal and how good that was. But
and he was really good with Kenny when they were in the Elite match as well. But yeah, I think that this will be for a extended period of not a squash type match. I think this will be the best display of what we can get from both MJF and Dante. I think MJF hasn't really gone against anybody of this style either,
No, like a true high flyer. I was just, you want to hear the spot I thought of in my head?
Sure.
Dante Martin goes for his double bounce moonsault, and MJF just fucking pushes him over.
Yep.
Just shoves him out of the ring and then does your middle finger or fucking hard push to the hard cam, and that's fine. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed MJF in Long Island last week. What a treasure that man is. To just get it that much and go out there like you own the fucking stadium, because he did. Little grizzy girl.
So for me, I read an article. I thought it was on Deadspin, but maybe I don't know if you could find it or somewhere. It even could have just been a tweet or something, but somebody said that Long Island is AEW's wormhole, and I fucking loved that. They're fucking booing CM Punk.
Booing Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, booing Fuego del Sol while he's pulling offense on Hook. But I will tell you what, if and when they go back to Long Island, I will probably want to go to that. I would like to be able to cheer MJF once. You know?
Absolutely.
I think that would be absolutely... Toss that lighter over this way, please.
I think MJF should come out of the Face Island next time they're in Long Island.
I need to throw it on the ground a couple of times before I hit it next. You understand?
I do. If anybody understands, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved watching MJF, like, do the fucking crowd work.
Leather jacket? Are you fucking serious? Yep.
Lamborghini up onto his home football field.
He's just a treat, man. And you've been saying it for like 2 years now. What if MJF just always wins the Dynamite Diamond ring?
Yep.
And I hear you, Ryan.
Yep.
But also, what if Dante Martin wins the Dynamite Diamond ring, Ryan?
I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, except for if he does win it, and then it means literally everything.
I've been thinking that Tony said that Dante was going to get his first big Dynamite win soon, and I've been thinking of if we've seen that yet, and I don't think so.
I mean, him and Leo Rush beat Lee Moriarty and Matt Sydal on Dynamite, but that's not a huge win.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be something, though?
It might be something like MJF getting beaten in a way that MJF normally beats people or something like that. Maybe we get a Darius return with Sean Spears coming out with a chair or something like that, There's ways that I think that you could get Dante to win without making MJF look weak.
The obvious one to me is that he is feuding with CM Punk, who is kind of a piece of shit.
For sure.
Why don't you just have an incredible 16-minute match and have CM Punk cheat after Max tries to cheat, Dante wins, and then, MJF doesn't have the ring, which he has used to cheat to beat people for 2 years now. And now CM Punk can tell MJF, I took a bullet out of your gun. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then it makes it better when MJF beats CM Punk clean as a church floor, because you do have me convinced now, Ryan.
I love that. But I also, I just love the fact that he gets to use that all year to just win when, it helps MJF keep winning. Because like I said, he is a heel that needs to keep winning. He's not a heel that can take losses. It helps him just win all the time, and it helps him be able to be that cheap win, but you can't turn him face.
No, of course you can't turn him face, but what you could do is have him lose the Dynamite Diamond ring and then just go on a tear of beating people clean and talking shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was cheating. I don't need to,
Yeah.
I'm the best wrestler in the world and I can beat whoever I want, however I want.
Yeah, he beat Darby with a headlock takeover, man.
Sure, he certainly did beat Darby Allin with a headlock takeover.
Just like he said. Did you see Griffin's body just
the most basic move in all of professional wrestling, the headlock takeover, beat Darby Allin 1, 2, 3. Griffin, look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you.
Jeez, wow, creep.
You didn't like that?
No.
I liked it. I'm just going to book with my heart. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but 2 years ago, Dante Martin was bagging groceries at a Cub Foods, and now he's going to own a $75,000 Dynamite Diamond ring. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, MJF wins by using one of the other 2 Dynamite Diamond rings that he already has.
I think it's the same ring. It's not?
Because he wore 2 of them.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He posted on Twitter whenever he gets the new one, too. He already posted on Twitter.
Yeah. It's going to be great. Can't wait.
Going to be great.
So, yeah, I mean, again, another match that if you went the other way and you found a way to make MJF still look strong, and I mean, that would be another way that MJF would get fired up to beat CM Punk,
Yeah, there just a lot of options on this week's card, including, maybe you do something silly in this main event here. We have Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page,
the Hanger,
for the AEW World Title. Boy, is this just going to be, 30? Do you give this 30 at the end of your show? 2 commercial breaks probably if you have to.
So if you lead with it, which they don't, You only have to do one if you went 30, because that's why they did Kenny and Bryan
I
opening.
was thinking you could do like 35 with entrances, and then you do entrances, commercial break, wrestling, and you could have only one commercial break in there.
Yeah, you could even throw a picture-in-picture after Danielson comes out.
Yeah.
You know, so he comes out to the big pop, storms down to the ring. As he's storming down to the ring, you go, Excalibur goes, and we're going to hit you in picture-in-picture. You won't miss a thing, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll see him, like, pointing at everybody in the crowd, being a dick, blah, blah, blah. And then you come back to, you know. And
Big pop for Hangman.
oh, yeah. And then Hangman comes out, and, you know, then you go to next commercial break, and then you give me 30 minutes uninterrupted, please.
Please,
for fuck's
please,
sake.
please, please. I don't know how you do this, Tony, but I don't want to see not one commercial during this beauty.
Because I'll tell you what, as soon as you put me in picture, you might lose me for the whole match. There's no guarantee I come back.
Yeah, and it would be unfortunate because I do think that this is going to be a very spicy dish right here.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny versus Hangman, incredible. Mm-hmm. Kenny versus Bryan Danielson, match of the year contender. Mm-hmm. Bryan Danielson versus everybody else, their best match in AEW.
Yep.
Hey, you know.
It's time to let Hangy shine. You know, it's time to let the hanger go.
Yeah, I mean, after how bland his title run has been thus far.
I mean, yeah. So the question is either put the gas on Hanger's title reign because it's been so bland, or
because the 11 days or whatever he's had the world title,
or you just turn it.
Can't.
Sure
I don't
you
think
can.
you can.
Sure you can.
You working yourself into a shoot over there, brother?
Sure you can.
You can't. You just don't bury your like young star who just had his big moment like that. And I know that Hangman's story is a story of adversity and struggle.
He's a loser at heart.
Oh my God. It's the problem with this shit ass take that you have is that I actually kind of agree with it, you know?
Well, yeah, because you're just like him.
No, thank you.
Pop.
I mean, you meant it as a compliment, and I'm going to take it as one.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. If every AEW viewer was you and me, and Griffin now, thank you, Griffin, I'm going to include you in this good wrestling take that I have. If all of AEW viewership was just like us and was going to tune in no matter what the fuck happened, the best thing you could do story-wise is have Bryan Danielson beat him. But you can't. Because, you know, you have casual viewers who watch every other week and don't really know who this guy is yet, and you need to let him shine.
You know what I think you could do?
Have him hold it till All Out and then have CM Punk beat him in front of a Chicago crowd?
No.
Oh.
Turn it. Tomorrow night, or tonight, depending on the night, you turn the title over, and then Hangman's got a rematch clause, and Hangman re-wins it back at Battle of the Belts that Saturday TNT show. You just let Danielson carry it for a month, flip it right back.
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna do it, that's fine. It's a little 2000 WCW for my taste, but I mean, it is hard for me to sit in this chair and say, I don't want Bryan Danielson to be the AEW World Champion. It's hard to do that. But
I think Hangman could drop it at Revolution. I think you let Hangman carry it through this winter season. You can't change it yet, but like as much as I bullshit, like you're gonna see just an incredible match here, but you're gonna see for the next couple of defenses, you're gonna see why Hanger's the guy that's going to be there for them after they leave, you know? Like he was the youngest signing right out the gate. He was the youngest member of the Elite. It's built for him. It literally is built for him, and you got to let him shine now. And I think you could give him just an absolutely fantastic title reign for the next 3-4 months, you know? Maybe double or nothing if you want to bring it to May. But I don't think this needs to be a Kenny defense. I don't think this needs to be any of that. I think this could just be short, sweet, and then Hangman just gets beat by,
MJF or by CM Punk.
Yeah, I think it's either CM Punk or Danielson. I think that,
Kind of have to.
the problem is that if it is Punk, then you gotta wait till Chicago, right? You don't do that in Vegas or wherever you're gonna call it, and you certainly don't fucking do it in Orlando. Listen, I am debating on whether I want to go to Orlando.
Nope. Will not. Fuck Florida.
Maybe that's the anniversary show that we do or something. Maybe we do it.
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view weekend. Everybody can watch the pay-per-view here.
That sounds like fun. Let's do that.
We'll talk to Matt and Izzy because if they go, then because they came here for it, We'll see. But yeah, it's just I don't think that this needs to be a 300 some day reign. I think that the other option is that you have Okada take it at Revolution. You just have Okada become the AEW World Champion.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if Okada was your world champion?
But
then you could just have Okada versus Bryan Danielson, which I imagine wouldn't even be that good. Do you think, Ryan? What do you think? Do you think it would be that good?
It would be very good. What do you think what finisher from Danielson does Hangman get out of?
I mean, you hope it's cattle mutilation. I mean, you hope it's all of them, kind of. If the story is that Hangman is just good enough to defend Bryan Danielson and then get his shot in, I love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the story is Hangman did his homework, Hangman is going to, wrestle with the best wrestler in the world, I'm good.
I'm kind of hoping for the first way. I'm hoping that maybe he just takes the first 15 minutes of offense and just gets his fucking ass kicked, just gets beaten, bloody hanger, just getting absolutely worked, and then all of a sudden it his offense starts coming, and I kind of hope he wins with the Deadeye.
I mean, I love a Deadeye.
Huh? I
think that Hangman should just incorporate the one-winged angel into his offense now and again.
He does it so good.
He does. He's hit it twice, just picture perfect. Mm-hmm. And I remember that when Kenny took over the Bullet Club, he started doing the Styles Clash, and I was a big mark for that. Mm-hmm. And you could just do that again, but Hangman with the one-winged angel. Mm-hmm. And, nobody kicks out of it except for Kenny.
That's true. True.
Until the next time Hangman takes one, and then he'll kick out of it, and Kenny will have to hit two.
Coda's the next one to take one and kick out. He'll be the next one and the last one.
I mean, he's the only one right now.
Coda's going to retire Kenny.
Yeah. I mean, assuming that Coda wrestles longer than Kenny does.
Yeah, that's a debate with the way New Japan likes him neck bumps. Name a better duo in the entire world than New Japan making Kota Ibushi take neck bumps.
New Japan making Tetsuya Naito take neck bumps.
Name a better duo. Name a better tag team wrestling match that you've ever seen than Tetsuya Naito and Kota Ibushi versus neck bumps.
But the problem is, Ryan, that they do it worst. They do the worst neck bumps in matches against each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're on the same team.
Chill the fuck out. Oh, those boys over there are so crazy. Some of them should come over here, man. Some of the good ones.
You know what for those of you who follow at Dirt Sheet Pod, second plug of the show, notice that whenever on Twitter somebody puts any single person from New Japan a picture of them and say, who's your dream AEW match? I always just respond Penta. Yeah. Because Naito Penta is something that's like making my dick go like this right now. You see that one on the YouTube.
Okada Penta is something that would do an awful lot for me. Okada or Penta Ishii. That's a lot for me.
Yep. So maybe we just send Penta over there for the G1.
Jesus Christ. And then you send Ray Phoenix over there for Best of the Super Juniors.
Yep. And then they're each other's tag.
Yeah.
So you run Best of the Super Juniors and the G1 at the same month. And then they tag together when you have to do that stupid tag shit.
No, just let them be over there for 6 months after they lose the titles.
That's fine. God, would that be great.
And then you could actually talk yourself into watching fucking New Japan again.
Yeah, it's like Tony's listening. Gato, maybe you want to send some ears this way, you know?
Gato, we've got some sauce over here for you, brother.
Tony, you said that you talk to Gato weekly. Maybe you want to send him some of the stuff that we've been saying, because you've been following what we're saying on your show.
And things have been good. Hey, Gato. Maybe Jungle Boy in Best of the Super Juniors too. Just that one, though. And then he comes back, because we need him back.
Hey, Gato, maybe you just take all of, the best of your Super Juniors, which is Taiji Ishimori and Takahashi, and then the rest is filled out by the AEW roster of all their little guys.
Well, I mean, Bushi can be in there, too. Bushi's good.
Yeah.
They got some Super Juniors. You don't need to send the whole roster.
You want the blue pants fellow that they did all the vignettes for, and then turned out he sucked.
The Grandmaster? Is it Doki?
No, not Doki. It was, I forget his fucking name.
I do know who you're talking about, and he was very bad.
Yeah, Doki has the metal pipe.
Tell you what, haven't consistently
Gun.
watched Nuge since the Elite left. I tune in for Wrestle Kingdom, G1 Final usually, but other than that, it's been hard out here for a New Japan fan.
Could you even tell me what's on the Wrestle Kingdom card, and it's like less than a month away?
Okada versus Shingo.
Yeah, and we know what's going to happen there.
God, you hope so. And you hope Okada makes good on the promise to bring back that big, beautiful, prestigious, historic belt, and not this fucking butterfly tramp stamp shit that people have been carrying around since 2020.
Will Ospreay's been wearing one too.
Isn't that just terrible?
Oh.
And then you're going to get Okada Ospreay night too.
Is there anybody that you thought, if he puts on like 20 pounds of mass, he's going to be incredible, that you just absolutely were wrong about than Will Ospreay?
Just could not have been wronger about it.
Oh, yeah. And then the other stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff, but he's so boring now. He's just so boring now.
You ever just look at that Macho Man Randy Savage poster?
Dick right at eye level. But if I turn further, I get Miss Elizabeth, and that is just fine.
And the thing is that the reason he gets Miss Elizabeth is because she is also at donger eye level in the picture.
Oh yeah, she is looking at it. She's making eye contact with it. Hangman Adam Page beats Bryan Danielson after escaping cattle mutilation because it's the best one.
Okay, yeah, sure, man.
It's my
Hanger
favorite
wins.
one.
Hanger wins, Deadeye, something like that. I think that we might see a failed diving headbutt tonight.
Oh, you hope not.
It seems like that might be,
You hope
you
not.
know,
I mean,
because Brian's going to take out all the stops, Yeah, I think it's... And now breaking into the meat and potatoes of the show.
It's time for the main event.
We should make a new rule that the loser has to say that.
I love that.
So that's the continuous punishment. And then if we both lose, we both have to do it.
Yep. All right. Okay. So you lost.
Yep. So I made that rule and I lost. So it's time for the main event.
The number and the demo. I am a winner this week.
The time for talking is done.
Yeah, it looks like there's been enough talk for sure. I won last week, man. I hit the demo fucking square on the head as I am known to do, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So this week, Ryan, the demo number is 0.37.
Down. Lower.
Good. That's
Lower.
what I wanted you to say. I have faith in this special
Feels
thing.
high. They're still running at 5 o'clock on the West Coast.
That's true.
And Vinny and Brian said that they would have beat the Raw demo if it was running at its regular time, which was 0.35 last week. But I don't think it changes too much. I think you're probably right around that 0.34, 0.35 at the highest.
I don't know. The fan base has popped for big cards before, and I'm just gonna have a little faith.
That's fine. I think that you're overstating the star power of this card without any of the elite on it.
Not too late.
Without any of the, without any of the tag guys that you're really liking on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that this stays right. Or I think it's going to be a 0.35 as the high, probably. And for that, I'm going to go 879.
Over.
Yeah.
For sure over. Not just because...
Should have went higher.
Yeah, for sure. You could, I'm very bullish on this number. You could have said 9 something and I probably would have said over. Yeah. But yeah, man, I got faith in this card.
Sure.
Hangman's first title defense.
Sure.
Brian Danielson, who has been proven to be a draw. Sorry?
I think we're both eating ramen.
I bet
it'll be like 901.
It'll be like
0.35.
For me to win, I think you have to do like 925 plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you need to get over 925.
Yeah. But, I mean, what do we know? What do we know? I just hit it square on the head this week. Whatever.
It's true.
It's fine.
It's true.
It's fine.
It's true. Thank you, time.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of fine, viewership numbers have been fine. There's like 20-ish of you probably. We appreciate all 20 of you, including you, Tony. You don't have to say it. We're fine not being acknowledged. Unless you're going to have Grizzy tell Tony to...
We're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Time for thank yous. Dear listener, we appreciate you so much. If it's not too much to ask, give us a like, a 5-star, a share, a follow on Twitter at DirtSheetPod. Ryan's on Twitter at TheGGRP. All caps. I've got you. And I'm on Twitter at TexMahogany. I don't tweet a lot. Griffin, our incredible producer, podcast director, art director. Do you want any more honorifics yet, Griffin? I've got them for you. Executive producer. Technical director, I think, is one I've thrown your way. All around, just best boy. Find him on Twitter at SugarlessFa and on Instagram at GriffinMern. Dom did our incredible podcast music. You can find him on Instagram at WaistbandMN, at RingerIsLoud, and at Dominic_Jadrich. I think I nailed them. I think that's all of them. I'm going to plug, go find Afromat on Twitter, because he was a good dude. And Ryan mentioned him earlier in the show. I think that is all we have, so join us next week for more Smart Wrestling takes by Dumb Wrestling Marks.
Boy, was that good.